welcome back. We are so lucky to have a talented artist in studio. This is Lydia Hansen. She is a local artist from?
Rochester.
Okay, you go from Rochester?
I will call Rochester. I grew up from Racine.
Okay, but Rochester now, and she has a lot of unique artwork because she makes crocheted animals, and there's a special name for it.
It's called amigurumi. It's originally a Japanese art form, and now it's done all over the world, but it's called amigurumi.
And you specialize in it? Is it your favorite thing to do?
It's my favorite thing to do with crochet. I make clothes and blankets, but I don't like to make clothes very often. I like to make the little 3D critters and then more art like this.
Yeah, so what do we have here? It looks like an octopus.
A turtle. That's a capybara, who I love very much.
Oh, wow.
I know,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Turtle, and we have some nature scenes.
A variety of other art. So I started out doing the stuffed animals, and then, I don't know, I've been crocheting since I was 12, so I've been crocheting for more than half my life. But I would say about 6, 7 years ago or so, I started making crochet plants.
A succulent that will never die.
Exactly, because I was really bad at keeping houseplants. And I'm still really bad at keeping houseplants, although I valiantly try.
Now you have a bunch of these,
So I have a bunch of these, which is kind of my favorite thing to tell people when they are looking at my stuff, is to say, well, you can get this for that friend who you can't get plants for, who likes plants, because they won't kill it. And it's not going to kill your cat
And some mushrooms even?
And then some mushrooms. So these are all made with kind of a combination of yarn pieces, and then they're just on wood that I foraged.
Yeah, this is actual.
Around. It's actual wood that you can pick it up and hold it too. That one's quite sturdy. This one's a little bit.
And you have a hook here on the back.
I have a hook there so you can mount it with. But yeah, I got really into doing like more nature-inspired art and doing mushrooms because I think they're very cool. I think the plants are very cool. And so I have art like this hanging at 125 Live.
So can people buy it there?
People can buy it there. So I have a bunch of big wood, live edge wood with mushrooms hanging at 125 Live. That'll be there through end of March sometime. And then I have some coral-inspired art there as well.
And then some wall art that is a little bit different than this.
It is a little bit different. So I like to call this crochet painting.
Yeah.
Because I don't do painting, but I just take the frames that I've salvaged from garage sales. My mom finds these for me. And then I just take the glass out, and I just made these shapes, and I hot glued them to the back.
That's so pretty.
Ta-da.
So pretty. And this one is even more unique. What do we have here?
So this one's kind of one of my favorites that I've made.
What is this? Just a bunch of yarn that you pulled apart?
It is. Well, no, it's a particular type of yarn. And then I just made this big shape and stitched it on there.
What does it say on it?
It says, make it a good place to live.
Okay.
And so it's got an image here of a brain and some flowers along the frame.
So pretty.
One of my friends said that phrase to me when I was having a really hard time, and I told her, hold on a minute from giving me therapy. I need to make a sketch of something I'm going to make.
There you go. And then you had a little therapy with your crocheting after.
Had a little therapy and then did some crochet, yes.
And then we have some bees down here.
And then we have some bees down here.
Is it hard to do these designs?
It's not really hard to do these designs. The tricky part was putting it all together and stitching every individual piece together. It was just kind of time consuming.
Yeah.
And
it takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time. All crochet takes a lot of time. People don't really think it does.
No, it
but
does.
It really does.
I've started
it really
just
does
recently.
Take a lot of time.
It takes forever.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you started when you were 12. So what would your advice be to maybe some young folks that are interested in starting crocheting?
There's a lot more to it than the grandma crochet of making washcloths and mittens and hats and scarves.
Clearly.
It's fine if you want to make those things. I think they're so boring. And so the thing I would really encourage people who are, like yourself, have just learned a couple stitches, is there's a lot of free patterns and tutorials online. And you can just kind of look for some things that maybe are, quite interesting to you. Look for some things that pique your interest. You can find patterns for a lot of these things online. You can learn to experiment a little bit. And there's a lot of videos as well. So I taught myself to crochet. And then I proceeded to learn more skills just by watching videos. And so that's how I've gotten where I've gotten. There's not a lot of someone sat me down and spent hours teaching me to do this. I sat me down and spent hours teaching me to do this.
Lydia Hansen, for folks at home, where can they find your art again?
You can find me at Threshold Arts, which is downtown, and then you can find my art hanging at 125 Live here in Rochester. And then if you go to Lake City on March 25th, you'll find me vending a lot of my plants there.
Okay. The plants that don't die. You can find them there in Lake City.
The plants that don't die.
Lydia, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so talented. Oh, love it. More to come.